Welcome to your daily stimulus package and second stimulus check update. Hope you are doing well today. Give this video a thumbs up if you support a second stimulus check to struggling Americans. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Consider subscribing now to join this awesome community to stay informed on the latest stimulus updates, economic updates, and financial tips. And if you've been watching this channel but yet to subscribe, you are really missing out. Hit the subscribe button now to stay informed on the latest updates. Today's update, we've got some really big news, and this is somewhat of a good news for millions of Americans out there, millions of struggling Americans who have been desperately waiting for a second stimulus check. Like we already know, Congress has been delaying the second stimulus check. They've been pointing fingers at each other. They've been negotiating, and the negotiation has really brought nothing positive to the people. It's been a lot of fighting going back and forth and just preferences on what provisions to add to the stimulus package. But on Friday, President Trump he suggested using $300 billion in leftover relief funds for the next round of stimulus checks. To put this in perspective, the first round of stimulus payments, this first $1,200 stimulus payment to American households cost about $300 billion based on an estimate from the Economic Policy Institute. So on Friday, the president encouraged Congress to approve this idea of using $300 billion in the stimulus funds that has not yet been touched to send that out as a $1,200 stimulus payment to millions of Americans. And here's what Trump said on Friday, according to this report from Fox News. So the president said, "We have $300 billion in an account that we didn't use. I would be willing to release it, subject to Congress, and use that as stimulus money, and it will go right to the American people." So this is what he said during a White House press briefing on Friday. The president didn't go into details about how much the payments could be, but he said he would prefer that Congress approves the idea before he acts. So really, if Congress approves this idea, that means that a lot of people are going to be seeing the $1,200 second stimulus check. And according to this article, the president did not specify what the funding source is, but may have been referring to unused business loan money approved by lawmakers at the end of March in the $2.2 trillion CARES Act. Under the stimulus package, Congress appropriated $500 billion to the Treasury, with $454 billion intended to cover losses on Federal Reserve lending programs. And so far, $259 billion of that funding remains uncommitted, according to this Fox News report. And here's what Trump said. So Trump said, he also added in this article, he said it is the money that we have built up, and money that we have not spent, and I would love to give it to the American people as a very powerful stimulus. So again, this is him saying this is going to be a very powerful stimulus. We don't know the amount that he's intending to give with this leftover money, but we know both sides of Congress have agreed on a $1,200 second stimulus check. They've agreed on the need for a $1,200 second stimulus check, but they just have not passed the bill that will send the stimulus check to the people. And he also continued, he said, "I think there is a theory that I could do it without having to go back," and he means Congress, but I think it would be appropriate to go back, and I would ask Congress to approve it. It is a very simple approval. It is a one-sentence approval, and the Democrats should do it. The Democrats will do that. The Republicans will do that. They would be glad to do that. So this is what the president said. You can see it right here, according to this report. And one thing that we have to know is that the president does not necessarily have the right by himself to send out a second wave of stimulus checks to the Americans without having Congress approval. But this might be a unique case where leftover funds that have already been approved by Congress for a different program he's suggesting now can be used to send more money to the people. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. And when can we expect to see those stimulus checks in your bank account? That's what you may be asking right now. Millions of people are asking this question right now. It is really hard to answer as the stimulus negotiation remains at a standstill. The Senate will be back from break tomorrow, September 8th, with the House getting back to work on September 14th, which is basically 6 days from tomorrow, while Senate Republicans are expected to push a skinny stimulus package when they return. It is very unlikely to be passed in the Democrat-controlled House. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has made it clear that she will not permit the U.S. public to be shortchanged in any deal, and the Democrat stance is very much that anything less than the $2.2 trillion they have offered as a compromise will not be accepted. So if both sides agree on a stimulus package, the earliest a bill could be passed is September 16th. The president would then sign it into law the following day, and according to the Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, the first wave of stimulus checks would begin going out to the people a week later. Steven Mnuchin also said that he could get out 50 million direct payments really quickly. So this is very fast compared to the first wave of stimulus checks. And roughly the same timeline would apply if Trump signs an executive order to break the impasse. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section again. So let's jump into the tweets from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Like I've said earlier, both sides have been fighting about things, and really, I'm not citing the Democrats or the Republicans. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I'm just giving you the news. I'm just giving you my research, my findings, and basically bringing you what you deserve to hear and what you deserve to know about the stimulus package. So a lot of people have been blaming Mitch McConnell. Some people have been blaming House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. I'm not sure what your stance is, but here's a tweet from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi said, Leader McConnell may have declared a pause to America's response, but it is clear the virus never did the same. It has been 114 days since the HEROES Act passed in the House. Enough waiting. America's families need action now. Really, it's so appalling that the stimulus package is taking this long to pass. It's been 114 days. That's insane. And if you count today, that's 115 days since nothing has been passed. And the HEROES Act passed sometime in May, and we're in September still having stimulus talks and no stimulus checks. Again, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. While we wait for Congress to finalize the next stimulus package, you may have to pick up a side hustle or side gig to get some cash or make some extra money from home. Be sure to check out the video on the left to discover the one-of-a-kind website that pays you hundreds to thousands of dollars to just read out loud. This is a free, simple, and exclusive side hustle, and in this video, you'll discover the step-by-step process to get started today. And if you want the best-kept secret to increase your credit score fast, check out the video on the right. Don't forget to help others find this video quicker by liking this video and sharing it. And also, be sure to subscribe now as we track the latest progress on the next stimulus package. See you in the next update. Be safe and thank you for watching.